Ollie, at the end of a run which has seen 4 straight wins, you must be a touch frustrated that the performance today didn't match the last 4.
Yeah, I think it was one of those games maybe where we didn't really get going from the start, and credit to them, they've hit us for free and obviously come away worthy winners, and we were poor today.
Billy Bowden had that shot within the first 30 seconds and it felt like for 20 minutes after that you were kind of encamped in your own half.
Yeah, I thought after that start we might have got the front foot, but obviously not. They've stepped onto us and they've had a series of corners, and effectively that's what's won them the game today, because we haven't defended well enough from them.
Just to pick up though, did their midfield system bother you? I mean, it felt like 3 against 4, so in a sense you were one light in there.
Yeah, they've got good movement through their midfield, but I think as long as we showed them wide, we were sort of keeping them at arm's length, and they weren't really breaking us down too much. But effectively they got the ball in the corners, won their corners, and they've got dangerous deliveries from that, and that's what's won them the game.
I'm sure you'd have done quite a bit of work on their potential movement from corners during the week, so is that I imagine sticks in the craw a bit? Yeah,
we've watched the video on them and how they attack set plays, and it's frustrating because it was the same the other night. We didn't win enough headers from corners, and it gives them a chance. If you score from a set piece, it's going to give you a lift, and today we haven't dealt with them well enough, and it's killed us off. We've tried every time we've come to get back in the game, they've scored and knocked us again for 6. So it's very, very disappointing. Yeah.
Darrell kind of made the point that you win as a team and you lose as a team, but you did change the 2 centre backs today, and it feels as if Ryan Sweeney and Tom Lockyer have been missed.
Yeah, it goes to show that there are 2 main centre backs, I guess, and they were missed. It might have been a completely different game if they'd have been on the pitch, and we wish we had them, but we didn't, and that's the outcome of the game today. It was disappointing to concede the goals that we did, but we'll have to learn from it and move on.
At what point did you think that you might have had a squeak of getting back into it? Because at half time it was still only 1.
Yeah, well, we still had chances. Byron had a good chance in the first half where he should have scored, and we probably had a couple of shots where a couple of centimetres each way it might have been different, but we went in at half time. We said, right, we know we're better than that. If we step onto them now, the game could change in an instant, and we started brightly at the start of the second half, and then we just let ourselves down again by conceding from another corner, and then that takes the sting out of the game really, and sort of gives us a mountain to climb.
So you have a clear week with no midweek football, and now 2 home games, Walsall and Oldham.
Yeah.
I suppose the manager looks for a response, and you professionally as individuals look to respond yourselves.
Yeah, probably have a tough week training and doing a lot of defensive shape, because that's probably what we need to work on at the minute. We're always creating chances, but we're not defending well enough, and we need to just get back to basics and not conceding sloppy goals, so we give ourselves the best chance of winning games.
And I think in Darrell's time as manager, you wouldn't have had an Achilles heel of conceding lots of goals from corners, would you?
No, we haven't. We've always been pretty solid, and it's probably only a matter of time until things start to click. But at the minute, it's not going right for us, and it's obviously a bad result today. But hopefully, we can bounce back from that, because we always seem to do it, and we'll go again next week.